Hello, my name is Evelyn Sanchez, and I am looking forward to being the next Florida State Governor. So, a reason you should vote for me is because I plan on implementing a law where there is a set time frame for documents to be readily available to our attorneys when that motion is approved. So, what that means is when an attorney files a motion to receive a central document, and if that motion is approved by the judge, that document has to be given to the attorney within a set time frame. This would decrease legal expenses for families, would increase efficiency in our judicial system, and it will also put in practice our Sixth Amendment, which gives us the right to a fair and speedy trial. Another reason why you should vote for me is because I plan on implementing more local businesses in communities where there are high crime rates. So a lot of the reason why these communities have a high crime rate is because they don't have a proper way to be able to pay for their bills and living expenses. So a lot of the times they resort to drug distribution and stealing. In order to avoid all of that, I plan on boosting their economy and, in turn, increasing employment rates in these communities. I also want to increase spending for our school system. A reason why I want to do this is because I want to provide more nutritious meals for our children. I also want to make sure that all meals are free for all children in our state. I also want to increase the salaries for our teachers so that teachers feel like they're actually being rewarded for the work that they do. I also want to remodel schools, make sure that every school is up to code, and I also want to increase spending for materials and after-school programs in order to keep our kids from getting into the wrong crowds. So another reason why you should vote for me is because I plan on increasing mental health advocacy in our prison system. A way that I would do this is to improve our prison conditions and reforming our staff. So in order to improve our prison conditions, I would look to implementing a cell phone in each cell that is connected to the wall. And now, of course, this would all be regulated. All phone calls would be monitored, and all phone numbers would have to be pre-approved by the warden and by the people who are providing those phone numbers to a prisoner. I would also implement a law library in each prison. In case a prisoner feels like they're not receiving the adequate aid to their case, they could go to a law library, and educate themselves on their case and be able to provide themselves the aid they feel like they're lacking. I would also completely renovate our prisons to make sure that they're a much more welcoming environment. All of this, I would also look into implementing some sort of entertainment such as TV or books into each cell in order to increase mental stimulation. All of this is to deter mental health issues that are rooted within our prison system. So a lot of people who go into the prison system, they are not violent offenders. They go into the system and their mental health deteriorates over time, and it creates a lot of mental health issues that can lead to a lot of reincarceration and suicide, which I'm trying to deter. And a way that I'm looking to reform our staff is to make sure that prior to someone being hired within our prison system, I would make sure they have work-related experience, such as working in rehabs or working in therapy, working with troubled groups of people. I would also increase education requirements for correctional officers, such as receiving a bachelor's degree in related fields, such as psychology or sociology. I would also employ much more nurses and doctors. Another reason why you should vote for me is because I plan on implementing harsh criminal and civil penalties to police departments that have been involved in cases that have been exonerated. So what that means is when a case has been exonerated, is that person who was found guilty is actually found innocent through a lot of fact investigation, through a lot of trial. So all of their criminal records, they are expunged, and they are able to walk free. They have been falsely accused of a crime. So when this happens, a lot of the time, a lot of the blame can be put into police departments for mishandling evidence or outright creating false evidence. So for everyone who has been involved in those cases, they will receive harsh criminal and civil penalties. And that's why you should vote for me, because I will always be there for our people.